All right, so let's take a closer look to the finish of this year's Daytona 500. This is coming to the white flag. William Byron leading. Chastain goes underneath him. They spin. They go under. The white flag waves. The next flag should end the race. William Byron decided as the winner of the race.
Yeah, and when you watched this last night, it wasn't really clear as to how it all played out and where it worked out. This is a kind of a vague view of who won the race. NASCAR put a piece out on social, but it kind of goes to the details of what the rulebook says.
All right, so let's talk about the rulebook specifically. And I'm going to read it because it's a great read. Here you go. Once the race leader has received the white flag at the start-finish line and the caution lights are illuminated and or the yellow flag displayed, all vehicles must slow down to a cautious pace. Vehicles are frozen in their respective track position, provided the vehicles return to the start-finish line to complete their lap without assistance and provided the vehicle maintains a reasonable speed considering the track conditions. Okay, what does that mean in real life? Very simply. Once you cross under the white flag, a yellow flag will end the race. Frozen in their respective track position. We're not using loops.
Right.
You're frozen at that moment in time when the yellow is out. It says either a light or a flag in case something malfunctions, but the simple fact is it all happens at once. They push the button, the yellow comes out, the flag gets waved. It's really when you push the button. That's the moment in time that the field is frozen.
And you and I have been up here and next to race control in our both broadcast positions. There are many different facets that they, at that point, put a timestamp on when they hit the button. That locks down all the video feeds they've got. They can go back to that. They can go to the GPS feed. They can go to a lot of different pieces and digest it that even TV doesn't have.
A couple other things mentioned in there. You have to finish the race, being there's still one lap left. You can't run out of gas. You can't be pushed by a teammate. A wrecker can't push you across there. And it says a reasonable pace, assuming these two had been caught in the accident, was one slowed down. Well, then it becomes much more complicated. This actually is one of the
straightforward.
Yeah, it's one of the simpler ones. It goes on further in the rule. NASCAR will use any data or resources to determine the respective track position. NASCAR shared this on social media last night. Here is what it is. So let's take it. Highlight the yellow flag.
Yeah, we've got the caution lights illuminated.
And we know this is the moment because NASCAR on social media said this is the moment of yellow.
They know where that timestamp is, and this is the moment at which that yellow light comes on.
It says in the rule book it can be yellow light, yellow flag. It's really when they press the button. I think they say that in case the yellow lights don't come on or in case the flag doesn't come out. It's one or the other. Once the track goes under yellow, interchangeable.
Really, it's the point at which the controller says put it out and hits the button.
Well, because at 200 miles an hour, you need a real moment.
Yes.
You've got to have a specific moment in time. This is that moment of time. The yellow flag is out. So now, as we go through the rule, right, everybody still running is frozen in their respective track position. What does that look like? Well, it matters the most to two people, and that's these two right here, because that right there is the finish. You know, you see the great start-finish line finishes of the Daytona 500. Well, that is your 2024 Daytona 500 finish. It's William Byron, in my mind, by a solid fender over the 48. It's close, but it's not. We've seen closer.
It's 3 or 4 feet. It's not close enough to argue past that. Timestamp here, pretty straightforward. Actually, a really good vision of the top 5 finishers.
Yeah. So if you think about this, right, this is for everyone. So now we're going to put William Byron in first, right? Boom. We're going to put Bowman in second. I have Bell easily in third. LaJoie's in fourth.
Bubba Wallace?
Yeah, Bubba Wallace. So there's your top 5 finishers without a doubt.
Yeah.
So now what this does leave, though, is the guys in the wreck, right? So what about these 2 cars right here? Well, because they are not maintaining a reasonable speed, because they are in the accident, they then get scored kind of at the end of the tail end of the lead lap. So they're 21st and 22nd, respectfully.
Yeah, definitely one of those situations. They are the cause of the caution. They're not maintaining reasonable pace, and that excludes them from the countdown.
It seems simple. Sometimes it can be complicated, but in this scenario, I think it is as clear as it can ever be. The 24 clearly ahead of the 48 at the time of yellow. Therefore, William Byron wins the Daytona 500.